Welcome, everybody, to the Miami Sports Vibes podcast live on YouTube. Week 2 of the NFL season. Hey, let me make sure I'm not on mute this time. All right, I'm good. I'm good to go. Last week, I started the episode for the first minute and a half of my solo show on mute. I mean, go figure, right? But we're here. Welcome, everybody that's tuning into the channel. Week 2 of the NFL season. I'm freaking fired up. I'm pumped up. I get to watch football stress-free because my Dolphins don't play until Sunday Night Football, which means I got the whole damn day to just sit, relax, look at my bets, look at my fantasy football team, and just watch all these games stress freaking free. 1 o'clock game, 4 o'clock games. And that's the way I like it, to be honest. So a lot of you guys that tuned in last week, if you guys tailed any bets, I mean, you guys got yourself a good day, man. We netted 10 victories. We cashed on 10 bets. George hit in 7. He went 7-3. I went 3-1. Of course, the one game I lost was Tony Pollard over in rushing yards, and he was short by 2 yards, and he only played 3 quarters because the freaking Giants didn't even score a damn point. So go figure, but that's the nature of betting. I would have been a perfect 4-0. The Dolphins same game parlay hit, and I told you guys I'm going to be doing that. It's going to be plus 300 odds each and every week that the Miami Dolphins play. So that's a fun one that I like to throw in there. So the lineup for today is simple. It's just the same as last week. We're going to go, I'm going to dive into all these games. I'm going to give you guys my picks straight up and my picks against the spread. Then after that, George is going to be coming on the show again to share his best bets. I'm going to be sharing a couple of my bets as well that I like. And let's get this show on and going. So last week, we got a couple people here in the chat. He said, I'm good. Giannis is the one that called me out for being on mute last time. So welcome. Dolphins, fins up. Got a Jeff fan in the house. Listen, this is an NFL show. So you can get your shit off here, man. You can get your shit. I'm not going to shout you out, but I'll put your comment up there, man. What's up, Zell? How's it going? I know you're excited for your New York Giants today. Got to bounce back against the Arizona Cardinals. We got Steelers Nation in the chat as well. Shout out to Anthony, Steelers Nation. All right, we got a lot of different fans here. This is what I like about this, honestly, because when it comes to my show on Sundays, it's all NFL. So Giants fans, Steelers fans, every fan is welcome, man. Tuesdays, obviously, center to Dolphin fans. But this is why I like doing this on Sunday. So let's dive into these games now. If you guys want to know how I did last week, I'm going to have that up for you guys here because obviously you want to make sure that, I know what I'm doing. So I'm going to have this in the bottom going throughout the entire prediction segment and the betting segment. So I went 11-5 with my straight picks, and I went 9-7 against the spread. Obviously, against the spread is a little bit harder, but I like my chance. As long as I'm positive and more than one win positive, I'm good. If I continue at that pace for the season, I think I'm in pretty good shape. Rams house. We got a Rams fan in here. Rams house. Hey, shout out to the Rams, man. How about that win last week? What a nice little upset. I didn't think it was going to happen, to be honest. I really didn't think. I had Seattle going. I had Seattle against the spread, and the Rams freaking came in and kicked ass. But I think it's going to be a different story today. Shanahan's luck against the Rams. He kind of owns McVay with the exception of that one playoff game. So we should see how that goes. Giants pride. All right. Love it. So let's get into the nitty gritty here. All right. So let's go into these games. Let's talk about my straight picks and picks against the spread. We're going to be using FanDuel for these spreads. That's just what I used last week. It's what I always use. So let's dive right into that. So the first game of the week here for week 2 of the NFL season is the Atlanta Falcons. All right, where am I? Here we go. Atlanta Falcons taking on the Green Bay Packers. So this game is in Atlanta. The spread is the Falcons surprisingly favored by 3 points, -3. I think this line changed. I'm kind of shocked on that. Wow. So that's literally catching me by surprise. The Falcons are a team that won last week. Green Bay Packers also won last week. So both teams 1-0. If I'm going to go with straight picks, man, I'm honestly going to go with the Green Bay Packers I guess you can call it a little bit of an upset. So I'm going to take the Packers straight up, and I'm going to take the Packers +3. I just like the Packers. I like what they did last week. I like Jordan Love. I think he has some tremendous upside. And I think LaFleur is just a better coach. He's a better coach. I'm going to ride with the better coach. Anytime it's a toss-up, more than likely I'm going to go with the better coach. and the better quarterback. And I think you got +2 on your side in Green Bay there. So that's my pick for the first game. The next game, you got the Chicago Bears taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, Tampa Bay Bucks won a nice little game last week against the Minnesota Vikings. I did not see that coming. No Aaron Jones. Okay, so that's why. Okay, that makes sense. That's why the Packers line is that way. Shout out to you, Nando. Thanks. AJ Dillon, though. AJ Dillon better carry my fantasy squad. I think AJ Dillon is a very, very, very nice back. I think he can do a lot of similar things that Aaron Jones can do. He's just a big body. But if you're just missing Aaron Jones, I still like the Packers there. So I'm going to roll with the Packers +3 and the Packers money line as well. Zell says Falcons. All right, we'll see. We'll see. For the Tampa Bay Bucks. So the Bucks are at home. They picked up a nice little win against the Minnesota Vikings last week. I did not see that coming. I thought the Vikings were going to handle them pretty easily. Line is changing right now, as you see, but the Bucks are favored by -2.5 against the Chicago Bears. Now, I know a lot of people are high on the Bears, but I'm not, man. I'm not. Until I see it, I am not going to ride on that. Like I'm staying away from the Chicago Bears until I see something. Justin Fields being drafted as like a top quarterback in fantasy. Obviously, that's because of his running ability, but I'm not too high on the Bears. I'm not. So I'm going to roll with the Tampa Bay Bucks. They're at home. Baker Mayfield looked good. You got Mike Evans, even though he has a contract situation. They got Rachaad White over there, Chris Godwin. Give me the Tampa Bay Bucks and give me the Tampa Bay Bucks -2.5 as well. Next game, the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Detroit Lions. Now, the Seahawks losing to the Rams last week, that was big. I did not see that coming. The Seahawks are a team that made the playoffs last year. Geno looked good. They added a nice little boost to their running game. They added a boost to their wide receiver corps. And that caught me by surprise. Now they're not even favorite here against the Detroit Lions. And why? Times are changing, man. The Lions are actually for real. After so many times where we made fun and we beat up on the Detroit Lions, the Detroit Lions are actually here, and they're actually a force to be reckoned with. Their freaking offense is amazing, and it's just going to get better and better as time progresses. Gibbs looked great out there week 1, picking up the upset against the Chiefs. St. Brown freaking killed it. And the Lions are going to have, I think it's their first sellout in 21 years, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I saw that crowd is going to be crazy. That atmosphere is going to be insane. Dan Campbell has truly turned things around, and there's no way I am going against this Lions team at home. 1-0, starting the season 1-0 against the Chiefs. Now you're at home. That crowd is going to be jumping. Give me the Lions here, and give me the Lions laying 4.5. That's just what I'm rolling with. So the next game, look at this one here. The Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Buffalo Bills. So the Bills are favored by 7.5 points. They're at home. This line has went down. I believe it started at 9.5. Now it's down to 7.5. This is a home opener for the Buffalo Bills. Bills sucked last week. They got their asses handed to them by the New York Jets. Josh Allen with 4 turnovers, a turnover machine himself. I am not a Buffalo Bills fan. I hate the Buffalo Bills. I'm a Dolphin fan. Screw the Bills. But I'm going to pick the Bills on this one. I think the Bills have to win this game. They hear the noise about the Miami Dolphins potentially winning the AFC East. That's got to piss them off. Coming off the loss to the New York Jets, they're at home opener. Josh Allen has to have a bounce-back game. They're going against the Raiders, who are not a pretty good football team at all, even though they have some studs on the offense, and they also have Crosby out there in defense. This is just Bills. You got to take the Bills. I'm taking the Bills here, and I'm going to lay the 7.5. Next game. Oh, somebody, Nando took the Raiders at 8.5. That's pretty good value. That really is. It would not shock me. It would not shock me if the Raiders keep this close. I really do think that the Buffalo Bills window is slowly closing. They did not look like the same football team. Granted, it's only week 1. I don't want to overreact too much, but yeah, I don't know. Josh Allen throwing 3 picks again. Zell's got the Bills for that. I think the Bills win, but that spread is interesting. I'm not sold on the 7.5. I'm not feeling too confident about it. Next game, the LA Chargers taking on the Tennessee Titans. Now, the Titans surprised me, man. I took the Titans with the spread last week, but they played a really, really physical game against the Saints. I thought they hung in with them pretty well. A couple things didn't go their way, but they easily could have won that game, man. Mike Vrabel is, like I've been saying on this podcast, he's one of my favorite head coaches, man. The dude is awesome. So this line is 2.5, though. Chargers are favored by 2.5. If it was 3, I would take the Titans +3, but the fact that it's 2.5, I'm going to go ahead and take the Chargers here straight, and the Chargers minus 2.5. Chargers got to win. I know no Austin Eckler over there. That probably changed the line a little bit, but you still got Justin Herbert. You still got Keenan Allen. You still got Mike Williams for now. You know those guys go down. You got to take advantage while they're there, man. The Chargers are the team probably that deals with the most injuries that I've ever seen in the NFL. So give me the Chargers here and give me the Chargers minus 2.5. The next game on the board, the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Houston Texans. Talk about a toss-up, man. I mean, this is just straight up pick 'em here. This is an ugly game. If anybody is watching this game today, God bless you, because I certainly will not. I'm not even going to hold you. Anthony Richardson, yeah, rookie quarterback. He looks all right. CJ Stroud, rookie quarterback. I don't even know, man. I guess I'll roll with the wow. I'm stuck on this one, man. I guess give me the Texans. They're home. So give me the Texans to win this game and give me the Texans -1. Let's not even spend too much time on that. Next game. How about this one, though? This is going to be a battle. This division rivalry here is always must-see TV. The Cincinnati Bengals at home, looking to bounce back off a loss. Joe Burrow looked like straight up shit last week. He looked terrible. Now, this offense is way too good to have Joe Burrow only netting 80 yards. I don't think that happens again. They're favored here against the Baltimore Ravens by 3.5. They're at home. I like the Bengals here, and I like the Bengals minus 3.5. That 3.5 right there, I really kind of want to take Baltimore because it's a division game. I like the value getting 3 points. But I just think this Bengals offense, because they played so poorly, I think they're really going to hit the ground running. I think they win this game pretty easily. I think Jamar Chase comes alive. I think Joe Mixon gets involved in the run game, and I think Burrow has a bounce back win. I know it might not be a popular pick. A lot of people kind of got turned off by the Bengals, but I'm still high on the Bengals. I think the Bengals, their offense is just too damn good. Give me the Bengals here and give me the Bengals minus 3.5. Next one, the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Chiefs are favored by 3.5. Now, these two teams, they met last year in the playoffs, and Jacksonville almost freaking won that game, to be honest with you. They also played during the season. Jacksonville played them tough. Now, the Kansas City Chiefs are coming off a loss, right? Travis Kelce didn't play. He's active. He's going to be playing. That's big time for the Kansas City Chiefs. But this Jacksonville Jaguars team, I believe, has one of the best offenses in the NFL. They have added Calvin Ridley to the mix. They're at home. They lost twice to this team last year. They almost beat them in the playoffs. They have a little revenge just cooking up. You see where I'm going with this, man? I can kind of see an upset here. I can kind of see it. But going against Mahomes to go 0-2 is just something I'm not going to do straight up. I just don't. I'll trust Mahomes here, and I'll take an L on the chin if that happens. So I'm going to go with the Chiefs straight up, but I'm going to go with Jacksonville covering. Jacksonville plus 3.5. I think this game is close. Like I said, I think Jacksonville can even win this game with the addition of Calvin Ridley and just the fact that they lost to this team last year in the playoffs. So give me the Jacksonville Jaguars plus 3.5. That might be one of my best bets that I'll be throwing out a little bit later. So here's the next game, 4:00 window. The San Francisco 49ers going against Giannis's Rams in the chat. Where am I going with this? That's a 7-point spread. That is very high for a division opponent. But I just think the 49ers are legit. You saw what they did last week to the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I think Shanahan just has McVay's number. We've seen it time and time again. Come on, man. Give me the 49ers and give me the 49ers -7. Yes, the Rams look good last week. Yes, a couple of those guys shined. Yes, Stafford looked good. But listen, that winning streak that Shanahan has over McVay in the regular season is a real thing. So I'm going to go with the Niners on that. Next, we got Denzel's New York Giants. How about that stinker they pulled last week? Going against the Arizona Cardinals, who I believe is the worst team in the NFL this season. Listen, the Giants got to score more than 0. All right. If the Giants want to win this game, they have to score more than 0. Let me stop. Listen, I think the New York Giants win this game. They have to win this game. I mean, you gotta, after that stinker, you gotta just dominate, man. I like the Giants on this one. I like the Giants also laying 4.5 here. I don't believe in the Cardinals at all. I think they are really bad. And even though the Giants looked worse than the Cardinals last week, I just think when you have a team with Darren Waller, with Saquon Barkley, and you have a head coach like Brian Dable who got this team into the playoffs, I got to give them respect. Do they deserve the respect? I don't know. But I'm gonna roll with the Giants, man. Giannis, I wouldn't be shocked if they lose. Nando says me neither, man. That would be crazy. You got Anthony has the Giants on his suicide pool. That's a risky one there, man. That's a risky one. But I don't mind fading the Cardinals. I think that's a good recipe for any suicide pool players. Like fade the Cardinals. Whoever the Cardinals are playing against, pick them. I actually like that. Andrew Thomas might not be playing. That'll be huge if the Giants don't have him. But we'll see how it goes. I think the Giants are in a good spot. This is the team you want to play after not scoring at all. The Arizona Cardinals, perfect get right game. Next game, the New York Jets without Aaron Rodgers now taking on the Dallas Cowboys. Zach Wilson is set to be the starter for this game. The spread is 8.5. Cowboys favored by 8.5. I believe this opened at 9.5, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to pick the Dallas Cowboys to win this game. Obviously, the Cowboys dominated last week, like I just talked about, against the New York Giants, scoring 40 points. They looked great offensively and defensively. Their defense is no freaking joke, man. Micah Parsons, Trayvon Diggs, Stephon Gilmore. They're gonna be ready to ball, and Zach Wilson's gonna have his hands full. I don't think Zach Wilson. He's gonna have one of those Zach Wilson type of games. So, but 8.5 is a big number against a New York Jets defense, who I believe is top 5 in the league. You can even argue top 3. To be honest, I think the Jets defense is legit. They've shown that last year, and they showed it this year already in week 1 against the Buffalo Bills. I mean, come on now, 4 turnovers, and you're gonna give 8.5 points. I like the Jets with the spread. If you got it at 9.5, hell, if you got it at 10, that's easy money, to be honest. I don't think this game is a blowout. A lot of people are saying it's going to be a blowout. I like picking the Jets here plus 8.5, but I'm going to go Dallas Cowboys winning the game straight up. Anthony got the Jets plus 8.5. That's good. I like that. Nando said, thank God I got it at 9.5. 9.5 is good. But if anybody got that at 10, I don't know if it ever got to 10, but if it did, that's just easy money. Like, you'll take that loss on the chin if it doesn't go your way. The next game, the Washington Commanders taking on the Denver Broncos. Denver's at home here. Denver picking up a 1-point loss to the Raiders. They're at home. The Commanders almost freaking fumbled that game against the Cardinals. So, but what can you expect? There's Ron Rivera. Ron Rivera is not that guy. He's not that guy anymore. Give me the Broncos. This is more me fading Ron Rivera here. Give me the Broncos to win this game, and give me the Broncos minus 3.5. I don't love minus 3.5 because the Broncos seem to, like, they're on the same trend as last year, where it's like every time I watch a Broncos game or look at a Broncos score, I don't think I've ever seen this team since Russell Wilson has joined score more than 16 points. Please find me that stat. I've been saying it all year last year. I bet you there's definitely less than 4 games or less than 3 games that they've scored over 16 points. I kid you not. Like, 16 is like their bar. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I thought things would change with Sean Payton. Granted, it's only week 1, but you were against the freaking Raiders. Still couldn't score over 16. God damn. But listen, I'm going to roll with it. The Broncos are just an ugly bet every freaking time. Give me the Broncos straight up, and give me the Broncos minus 3.5 at home. Next, a Sunday night game. My Miami Dolphins favored by 2.5 against the New England Patriots. This game is in New England. All right, so straight up pick, I'm going with the Dolphins. I said this on the podcast earlier this week. I think the Dolphins are going to win this game. It's going to be a tough game. I think Bill Belichick is going to have a masterful game plan ready to go. They're at home, division opponent. They lost in week 1. Tom Brady's in the building. Prime time. Mac Jones had 300 yards passing last week. A lot of things are pointing New England's favor, where to a point where this line opened at 3.5. And I got it at +3. I got it at +3 once it went down from 3.5. I should have took 3.5. I like the Patriots keeping this close. I think the Dolphins win an ugly one, a stressful one. So I picked the Dolphins straight up, but this is minus 2.5 here on the screen. So I'm going to go with the Dolphins laying the 2.5. But if this goes up to 3 by game time, or let alone 3.5, I recommend hopping on the New England Patriots. Like I said, Bill Belichick, game planning, Mac Jones looking good. They're at home, division opponent. Brady's in the house. It's just set up for the Patriots to cover if this goes to 3 again. So keep an eye on this, guys. If it does go to 3, I strongly recommend taking it. But I got the Dolphins here straight up, and the Dolphins laying 2.5 at the time of this podcast. Monday Night Football, we got 2 Monday night games. So the New Orleans Saints taking on the Carolina Panthers. The New Orleans Saints are favored by 3 points here. They're on the road against rookie quarterback Bryce Young, who looked all right, nothing too flashy, but it's his first game. I'm pretty sure he's going to do better as the season progresses, but this Carolina Panthers team is not good at all. The Saints team, though, I think is going to be really freaking good. I really do. Even though they won an ugly game against Tennessee, they're just a physical bunch. They found a way to get it done. Derek Carr brought some life to that Saints offense. Chris Olave looked freaking fantastic. And Olave has burned the Carolina Panthers every time he's playing them. Only played them twice so far in his career, but he's dominated against them. I like the Saints here, and I love the Saints -3. Give me the Saints and give me the Saints -3 on the road. Love the Saints in that spot. And then the final Monday Night Football game is the Pittsburgh Steelers at home against the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns dominated against the Bengals week 1, made a statement. Steelers, I thought, were going to be competitive in that first game. They were not at all. Pittsburgh +2.5. Browns are favored by 2.5 here. Who do I pick here? I'm going with the underdog. I'm going with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm going to take the Pittsburgh Steelers straight, and I'm going to pick them plus the 2.5. If this goes up to 3, even better. I like the upset here, man. I like the Pittsburgh Steelers at home. I like them bouncing back off a loss, and they play the Browns well, man. They play the Browns well. I love this spot for the Steelers. I think Najee Harris has had success against the Cleveland Browns. Yes, Warren is playing better than him, but he has killed the Cleveland Browns. I like Najee getting right here for fantasy owners that have Najee Harris. I like him getting to the end zone as well. And I just like the Steelers. I like the Steelers. I just feel it. Steelers going to win this game on the upset. And that wraps up our week 2 NFL predictions, which, I mean, we'll see how it goes, man. We'll see how it goes. We're in store for something special, but right now it's definitely time for the betting segment. We got a couple people picking. We got the Browns here. We got Steelers come back. I like that. Give me the Browns. A lot of people on the Browns. Okay, we'll see. I think the Steelers pull off the upset, man. I'm not even going to lie. But right now it's time for the betting segment. We're about to add George on to the show. George was on a straight up heater. He looks to continue that. I told you guys, this guy is a betting guru, man. This guy hit 7 bets last week. He looks to stay hot. We're bringing George in here once again to share his best bets and anything else that he's on. George, what's going on, my man?
Hey, what's up, bro? How you doing?
How's good, everything, man? Everything good, man. Looking to stay on this heater, man. Week 2.
Oh, absolutely, bro. Yeah. Absolutely.
Hey, man, how you feeling today, man?
I'm feeling good, man. Just finished up work, you know what I mean? Ready to go home, watch some games. It's going to be good, bro. It's going to be good today.
Listen, getting out right before 1 p.m. kickoff, that's the way to roll, bro.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely.
Hey, man, so 7 wins last week, man. That was impressive, bro. I'm not surprised at all, but many people might be.
Yeah, listen, man, look, obviously, I bet every sport. I like to, bet whatever's on the day. I'm on some baseball today. I'm on some NFL. Yesterday I was all over college. Like, whatever's up, bro, I'm going to bet. But, keeping it with the NFL, I feel like NFL betting is still the best. You know what I mean? Those are the best games to watch. The best games to bet on is the best, bro. It's the best time of the year right now.
No, facts. I agree with that, bro. I agree. It makes football so much more fun with fantasy football and betting going on at the same time, man.
Yeah.
So why don't you give the guys what you're on today, man? Let me get your first play of the day.
Yep, absolutely. Give me 1 second, bro. My camera might cut out because I got to switch over to the notes. All right. Should be good.
You're all good.
All right. So the first thing I'm on today, I like the Ravens +3.5 versus the Bengals.
Ooh.
Look, divisional matchup, just like what you were talking about with Cleveland and Steelers. Those games they're always close, man. You know what I'm saying? They tend to keep it close. Now, the Bengals, they got off to a slow start last year, too. I'm not saying the Ravens look like world beaters. They didn't. But to cover a 3.5 spread, -110 on BetMGM. So I'll take that all day, man. I really like the Ravens at a good spot here, -110 on BetMGM. That's my first bet of the day.
I like that. Like I said, I picked in my predictions -3.5, but I felt weird doing it because it's division game, man. I feel like division opponents like tend to keep the game
Tough, man.
within 3 points, and if you're getting that 3.5, I think that's a good spot. So I agree with that. I think that's a very solid bet. What else are you on, my man?
All right, so my next one, I got the Raiders +8.5. I got it at +105 on Bet365. Again, I think the Bills win the game. I think they do, but I think the game is going to be a lot closer. I like this at 7.5. I like it at 7. I like it at 8. I did take it though at +8.5, just a little bit more room for error on Bet365. I really like that bet. I don't know if the Bills are all the way ready to bounce back yet, and I don't know if they do it this week against a pretty okay Raiders team. I just don't think that they're 8.5 points better than the Raiders.
Yeah, bro. Especially after all those turnovers that Josh Allen threw last week, man.
It's
Like
tough, man.
it's hard.
Tough.
It's hard. It feels weird, laying all those points from the Bill side. So I like that bet, man. I think
it's a lot to lay, man. It's a lot.
Yeah, I agree with that. What else are you on, my man?
Next one, I got Titans over 20.5. So this is just the Titans team total over 20.5. So to score 3 touchdowns or more. Listen, the Chargers, again, they're a good squad, right? But what do they always do? They always give up points late. Their defense could be a little questionable at times. I think Tennessee, even though Tannehill looked horrific, I still trust them to put up some kind of points, even if it's late, covering the 20.5 total team points for the Titans. I like that one a lot too.
Nah, I love that one. I'm actually gonna take that right after this, bro. Because
Oh, my bad. -115. This is on Hard Rock Sportsbook. Hard Rock.
That's pretty much. It should be a good easy cash right there, man. The way the Chargers look, their DBs don't look good at all. I think DeAndre Hopkins is giving it a go today, if I'm not mistaken.
Hey, I hope so, man. That would definitely help. For sure.
Yeah, for sure, man. But I just I love that, man. Going against the Chargers defense, I'm gonna actually tail that bet right at the end of this show. That's a good one by you. I got people trolling me because I said Josh Wilson. Listen, Josh Allen looked like a little bit of both out there. Zach Wilson and Josh Allen. So don't don't harp on me too much. What else? What else are you
Next
on,
up, man? I got the Chiefs and the Jags game. I know this looks like an easy over. A lot of people are probably thinking that too. I actually saw a lot of value on the under 52.5 total points for that game. Now, is there going to be some touchdowns, some fireworks? For sure. But there was a lot of good value that I couldn't pass up. Earlier in the week, I actually took over 50.5. So I'm hoping for a little middle here. If there's some possible way for them to score 51 points, I would win both bets. But I feel a lot better about the under 52.5. I got that at -120. This is on BetMGM. I like the under in that game too.
Oh wow! I know a lot of people are thinking that, like you said, I think that they're thinking it's gonna fly over. But when is it ever? When is it ever a layup, man? Right?
Yeah, never is, man.
When it's a layup, you start to look the other way a little bit. What else are you on, man?
Sticking to the totals, the Rams and 49ers. I like the over 44.5. I got that at +102 on Sports Trade. I like that over. I think that the Rams will be a little bit better offensively than what the 49ers will normally shut down most teams for. So I do see the 49ers putting up points, but I see the Rams trying to keep up. Maybe not touchdown for touchdown, but I do hope that the game goes over. I like that spot, the value, +102 over 44.5 on Sports Trade.
Listen, Stafford didn't look too bad out there. A couple of those,
he didn't.
Couple
of
those
good, man.
Those young boys looking good, man.
They look pretty good, bro.
They might put up some points, man. They might.
I hope so.
What else are you on, man?
Next one. So I've got the Commanders and the Broncos. I like this game to go under 40 points. I got that at +100 on Bet365. Again, I heard you talking about it earlier. The Broncos offense doesn't look that great. It may take them another few weeks to get them going. Sean Payton's supposed to be an offensive genius. I'm not questioning his resume or nothing. I'm just questioning what the Broncos can do offensively. And the Commanders did not look great against the who they played that the Cardinals last week. So I'm thinking the game goes under 40 was a good spot. I would have liked to get some more points, maybe a 42.5, but I really like the spot at under 40 +100.
Yeah, I think that's a solid bet. I mean, two offenses that are like a little bit dicey, man. And
Yeah,
until proven otherwise, I'm definitely
absolutely.
I'm tailing that bet. I like that one. What else
Okay.
are you on?
Next up, I got two more straights for you, and then the rest are props. So I'm on the Jets and Cowboys. I'm also on the under here, under 42 points.
Mhm.
The Jets, we know without Aaron Rodgers at the helm, are probably not going to put up crazy points, but we do have a very good defense. The Cowboys defense, as we know, led by Michael Parsons, is definitely not going to let the Jets put up a crazy amount of points. This could be a situation like last week when I took the Cowboys Giants under. Guess what, bro? The Cowboys scored a whole bunch of points. Giants scored nothing, and the under still hit. You know what I'm saying?
That
So
was
this
awesome.
could be maybe a 28-0 game, a 28-10. I see that under going for sure. Under
I
42 points, minus 110 on DraftKings.
I love that. I love that. I definitely love that, man. Zach Wilson might only put up freaking 10, maybe
Hey, man,
9. I don't know, man.
I'm hoping we win that game like 10-7, bro. That's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping happens, man.
But I like that because the Jets defense can show to keep games under, man. They're the real deal.
I hope a couple Dak turnovers. I'm hoping the game just stays close, man. You know what I mean? Nice little 20-17, something like that.
I can see it. I can see it. I'm definitely on that one as well. What
I
else
got
you
one
got?
more bet for you, man. Obviously, you're gonna like this. Your community's gonna like this. Again, I hate the Dolphins. Y'all know that. Y'all know I hate the Dolphins. I'm a Jets fan. But I saw a lot of good value on the Dolphins, minus 1.5 versus the Patriots. Like you were saying earlier, I do think it's gonna be a close game. The Patriots, I think, are going to every week someone's gonna underestimate them and kind of over bet the other side. I hope I'm not kind of falling into that trap this week, but I like the minus 1.5, minus 115 on Bet MGM. I like that a lot. The Dolphins looked very explosive, and no matter how good of a defensive game plan you might have, you need the dogs and the horses to execute. I don't know if Bill and the Patriots got the juice to keep up with all the weapons, all the high-flying offense, all the passing that y'all got going right now. I like that spot just to win by 2 points. Minus 1.5 is not like I'm going overboard, all spread, -6. Now, 1.5 points, I think that's a cover. I think the Dolphins win.
Oh, I love that. You got it at -1.5. What book was that on?
Minus 115 on Bet MGM.
That's good. That's good. I love that. I love that. All right, man. So those are your straights. What? Anything else you on?
All right, I got 5 props. I'm gonna just spit them out real quick. This is for anytime touchdown props. I'm gonna be trying to give you guys at least anywhere from 3 to 5, like just kind of as a last, little props picks. I don't usually bet props, but because I'm doing a segment with you, I'm gonna start doing a few. So anytime touchdown props, I saw great value in a few players. I'm on Ross St. Brown, plus 130 on FanDuel. I love it. Jared Goff is going to look to that man. He's the playmaker on that team. If anybody's going to score, I like him to score. Travis Kelce, this is stupid value, minus 125 on Bet365.
Damn.
Him coming back, if he plays, if he's somewhat healthy, they're going to look to him in a red zone. I trust Mahomes to get that man a ball, and hopefully he scores a touchdown or 2. Derrick Henry, again, stupid value, minus 110 on Flip. You're not going to find his value in some other books, man. So I'm telling you, you got to line shop, get the best value, get the best bang for your buck. Brandon Ayuk, plus 195 on FanDuel. Again, that is the absolute best odds that I saw for Brandon Ayuk. He scored 2 touchdowns last week, looking good, looking like he's going to be a big part of offense. I love that. And your boy, Tyreek Hill, I can't believe I'm getting this, man, plus 145. Plus 145 on Hard Rock. Again, the value is insane, man. I'm talking about 5 players who can ball out, who the teams want the ball in their hands, who can every play that they have the ball have a chance to score. So I love those 5. Anytime touchdown. Real quick, Amon-Ra on FanDuel, Travis Kelce on Bet365, Derrick Henry on Fliff, Brandon Ayuk on FanDuel, and Tyreek Hill on Hard Rock Sportsbook.
I love all those. I love all those guys to score. To be honest with you, you're on to something, man. And one of the things, about you, bro, you're on it, man. You get the best value no matter what book it is, bro. Like it's just awesome.
Look, man, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I don't even win 50% of my bets. I win less than 50%. The only reason I'm up is because of the odds that I get bets at. You know what I'm saying? Like it adds up after a while, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like you keep winning something at plus 140 versus plus 110, right? And that is going to add up over time, bro. And your value goes up, your bankroll goes up. And before you know it, you're making good money.
Yeah. Why don't you actually tell the people how you do find the best lines real quick? Because I think it's very
So
important for people to know.
line shopping is something that everyone should familiarize themselves with, man. It's like, let me break it down the easiest way I can. Let's say that you're buying a hat that you got on right now. You buy it on Amazon. At Amazon, it costs $20. But you go to Walmart, you get the same hat for 15, right? Now, someone who don't care, who don't look around, is just gonna buy it on Amazon for $20. Not knowing there's a Walmart down the street, they get it for $15. You save yourself $5 right there. It's the same concept. So you can either line shop by yourself. You can have all your sports books. I use a program. I'm not sponsored by them or nothing, but I use a program called OzJam. Now, OzJam is a paid program. So before you even look into it, just if you got some extra money lying around, definitely something to look into. But a lot of the tools you can use on there are for free without even a paid membership. You can look up a matchup and it'll show you every sports book in your state, and it'll show you what odds they have it at. So, for example, I set my location to New Jersey. That's how I know that Tyreek Hill plus 145 is on Hard Rock and not anywhere else. And it'll show me that those are the best odds. So I look for a matchup that I want, or it shows me the matchups that are popular, and it tells me the best bet on each matchup. And you can look up everything you want, man. If you want first quarter, if you want totals, if you want halftime, if you want interceptions, if you want any type of player prop, tackles, assists, anything you're looking for, any sport, that's where I find all my bets, man. Baseball, football, anything.
I think that's the best approach, man. I mean, line shopping, bro. It'll set you up to be up and money up and running. George has been doing this for a while, and he's been up big time. So if you guys are able to get a lot of books, man, check out OzJam. They should sponsor my boy, but they're not.
Yeah, maybe when I had a little bit more profit, man. Hopefully.
Yeah, man. But you're onto something. I thought that's important to have the people to people know. So I'm on FanDuel only. So I'm gonna share my plays that I like here before we wrap up. So the first play I like, I had some free money, free bets. So I used at $10. So I used half of it here on the Saints -3, man. Okay. I like this spot for the Saints -1.
Yeah, I like the Saints.
Yeah, I love it, man. I just do. Bryce Young, rookie quarterback. Even though they're at home, I think the Saints are just a better football team. I like the way Olave looked last week, and I like the way Derek Carr looked last week. Even though they won an ugly game, it was a physical one. And when you match up that physicality against the Panthers, this is my favorite bet, Saints -3. The second bet that I'm taking is another straight bet. The Pittsburgh Steelers. I use this with my money. I got them on the money line plus 124. I think on FanDuel it's now down to plus 120. So I got a little bit of value there, which I like. I like the Steelers winning this game at home, division opponent. The Browns looked good, but I just feel like when everyone's on one side, it goes to the other side. And this is just a gut feeling right here, to be honest. This is just pure gut. My next play that I like is the Jacksonville Jaguars plus 3.5.
Ooh, I like that.
Minus 115 on FanDuel. Obviously, there's way better value in other sportsbooks, but I only have FanDuel. I like this because, like I said earlier, Jacksonville played the Chiefs twice last year, including one matchup in the playoffs. They played them pretty well. They got bad taste in their mouth. They lost both games. Now they're at home, and they add Calvin Ridley. Travis Kelce, obviously a beast, but it's going to be his first game of the season. Is he 100%? I don't know. If he's not, he's still dominant as hell, but you're getting 3.5. I think that 3.5 right there.
I like the 3.5. Yeah.
The 3.5. I love that spot for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Those are my three favorite straight plays. And then I'm also going to share, as I always do,
parlay. Yep. Yes, sir.
Parlay for the Miami Dolphins plus 300. Like I said, it's plus 306 here. You got Tua with 200 yards. He has only had 200 yards. This is noteworthy. Only had 200 yards against Bill Belichick in his career only twice. He's played him 4 times. He's 4-0 against them. So obviously it doesn't, not too much to back it up there, but Tua in this offense, after what you saw last week, you're only going to get 200. I think it's safe to pick that there. I got Tyreek Hill, the cheetah, getting 60 yards only. This dude obviously is a beast, but Bill Belichick is the type of guy to take the best player out of games. I don't know if there's any stopping Tyreek Hill, but if you're going to give me at least, if you're going to give me at least 60, I think that's a safe play. And mind you, he has had 60 against the Patriots in every single game of his career, besides the last one where he only had 55. But Teddy Bridgewater was the quarterback in that game.
There you go. So. Big difference.
Next one's Jalen Waddle, 50 yards against the Patriots here. I think Jalen Waddle is going to see some targets here. I like Jalen Waddle here. It's probably my favorite one out of all of these. Jalen Waddle has 3 games out of 4 over 50 yards against the New England Patriots. Love him in that spot. Ramondre Stevenson only getting 25 yards here. Obviously, they split carries with him and Zeke, but the Dolphins defense just gave up over 100 yards to both running backs in the Chargers last week. So I don't think that's going to stop. And you're only 25 yards. That shouldn't be a sweat at all. Mac Jones getting 200 yards. Now, this one, it pained me to pick it, but he had 300 yards last week. I'm going to take that spot, only getting 200 yards. He's had over 200 against the Dolphins in the past.
Chargers got a lot of yards too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, hey, man, he should at least get 200, right?
Yeah, he should. So the Dolphins DBs, obviously, they played better, but I am not completely sold on them just yet, especially with Ramsey missing time. Primetime spot, Mac Jones, 200 yards. I like that. And then just playing it safe here. I think the Dolphins win the game, but we're going to add a little bit of extra safety here for the parlay. Mm-hmm. Dolphins alternate spread to plus 10.5. No way if they lose, there's no way in hell they're losing by more than 10
I don't think so either, man.
And then under 75.5, man. It's a division game. It's going to be a tight game. That under 75 is alternate all the way up just because I wanted to get it to 300.
Right. Yeah, I got you.
I think that's a safe play. We hit on this one last time, so I think we stay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, I'm probably just gonna tail it because until you lose, man, I'm gonna keep tailing it.
Yeah, why not? It's plus 300. I won it last week. I feel really confident about that. I got the stats to back it up when it comes to the Dolphins same game parlay. So we're gonna run that again, and then I have 2 props here. Jamar Chase against the Baltimore Ravens. It's 80. It's a lot of yards, but it's Jamar Chase. I think this Bengals offense starts to get right here. I think they have to.
Yeah.
If I think the Bengals win, Jamar Chase has got to be involved in that.
Got to be guy for sure.
Jamar Chase over 80.5 yards. He has had in the 4 meetings against the Ravens in his career, he's got over 80 in 3 out of the last 4. So I think that's good. And the next one is Joe Mixon over 55.5 rushing yards. Now, Joe Mixon, honestly, if I just want to give this out, Joe Mixon stresses me the hell out to bet. So I don't mind you fading this, but I'm just giving it to you because of the stats. Just back it up. Yeah. I would recommend people to probably stay away. But if you want to get involved in some props and you want some stats to back it up, like I said, I think this Bengals offense comes to play today over 55.5 rushing yards. He has had over 55 against this Baltimore Ravens team in about in 5 out of the last 6 meetings. So 5 out of the last 6 games, he's hit that over against this Baltimore Ravens team. They're at home. They're looking to bounce back. And I think that is a play. If you want to get props, I'm not too big on props, just like George.
Yeah, me neither.
But if you want a little something, there you go. And actually, a friend of mine, Anthony Tillon, wants me to share a play. This is Anthony Tillon's play. So he has this parlay. I'm unsure which sports book this is on. Do you? That
looks like BetMGM.
Okay. So it looks like BetMGM here. He's got the over 27.5 for Kadarius Toney. He says that Kadarius Toney is their best receiver, which he is, and he thinks he bounced back. He looked like shit week 1, but
he was coming off a big injury, man. I think a lot of people were saying on him unfairly, man. I think he probably should have sat last week, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, don't get me wrong. I like the memes on Twitter and stuff. I'd be laughing too, but I think people really took it hard on him, man. I think he does bounce back. I like that.
Yeah, and next one he has is Jared Goff under 266.5. I think that is that's a very dicey one because of this Lions offense. But he said that he wanted to put that in there to make it spicy. That's what he said.
Okay. I like that.
The third leg is under 31.5 for Cam Akers. Cam Akers looked pretty bad week 1, and he's splitting carries now with Williams. It looks like McVay likes Williams more than him. So I think that's a pretty solid one right there. And the fourth leg of the parlay is over 44.5 for, I believe it is, for Dotson here. So doesn't believe in the Broncos.
John Dotson, yep.
And he thinks he gets right there. So that's my friend Anthony Tillon's play. And those are the plays for the week. Hopefully we continue on this heater. I mean, we had a pretty good, successful week 1.
Yeah, I think week 1 was good, man. Week 1 was good.
Let's keep this high. Hold on, we got a question here, George. You think Brees can get into the end zone, or would Dallas shut down the run completely?
Damn, that's my boy Nando Cortez, right?
Yeah.
Hey man, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. If anybody's gonna score for the Jets, it's gonna be Brees. Now, I wouldn't put money on it. I really wouldn't. But if you got a little extra and you feeling spicy and you want to throw it on the Jets, I think that's the player that you're throwing on for sure.
Yeah. Okay. All right. There you got it, Nando. There you go. If you wanna be a little spicy with it, put some money on Breece Hall to get into the end zone.
I love Breece Hall, man. What a player, bro.
But yeah, man, thanks for sharing the plays. Thanks for pulling up, man. As always, I really appreciate you taking the time out of your Sunday and helping myself and the community out with some nice bets, man. Any last things to say before we wrap up the show here?
No, man. Like I said, just be smart, man. If sports betting is a big part of your life, then you want to be smart about it. Educate yourself as much as you can. Definitely do your line shopping. Do everything you're supposed to do. And don't just waste your money, man. You know what I'm saying? Like we're at war against these sportsbooks, bro. They're not your friends. You know what I mean? They're trying to take your money, bro. They're trying to make your bank account go to zero. That's why the more bets you lose, they don't limit you. When you win, that's when they limit you. That's when you start, like, you want to put $25 on a bet. They say, nah, you can only put 15. You know what I mean? So be smart about your money, right? Again, listen, if you got money to throw away, all the better for you. I don't, bro. I got bills to pay. I got all the stuff to do. So I'm going to bet as smart as I can. Educate yourself as much as you can. I hope y'all win all your bets, man. Good luck to everybody that's betting, that's watching the games. Enjoy it, man. It's another NFL Sunday. It's a beautiful day, man. Beautiful day.
Let's go, man. Listen, don't let the books win, man. Don't let them fool you.
Don't let them win.
Don't let them fool you.
We at war, bro. Don't let them win.
Exactly. Thanks to everyone chiming in on the chat. Thanks for everyone for tuning in. Subscribe if you haven't. Hit that thumbs up for your boy right here. And George, appreciate you coming on. Everybody,
hey, my boy. I'm gonna see you, man.
Enjoy week 2 of the NFL season. I appreciate everyone for coming in, and be safe. Enjoy football. Good luck on your bets and good luck on your fantasy teams, everyone. Peace out.